to a Friday, Saturday weekend pagan perspective for November 19th. This week's question has to do with dating and religion, and so Feather and I thought since we're a couple we would do our video together. And this comes from Risari. My husband and I have very different religious views, and it doesn't cause any problems for us. I'm wondering if you date people who don't share your beliefs or are married to someone who practices differently, and what kind of challenges or chances for growth that provides you. If you're single, do you look for a certain religious persuasion when dating? I thought it would be interesting to hear everyone's thoughts on this, and it'll be doubly awesome if you would include your significant other if you have one in this discussion. Well, we thought we would be doubly since we each have a significant other and we're each including that's like 4 times awesomer.
I don't use the word awesome, so I guess so.
Okay, yeah. Feather, what are your thoughts?
I'm glad I'm not dating. I wouldn't want to do that anymore, but it just seems like that's a lot of questions. You have to know yourself pretty well religiously, what you believe, your belief system. And I think it's important to have that in your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, because that kind of binds you. I don't know, it just seemed, I don't know, it's a hard question for me to answer because I couldn't think of not having that in common, your belief system, with your partner. Because I think that's one of the anchors or the foundations of a relationship, is having a respectful belief system. I don't know, I'm babbling, you go on.
Okay, well, I think it really depends. Sure, it would be simpler if both of you believed and practiced exactly the same thing, but then you wouldn't have a whole lot of opportunity for real growth or challenges. When I found Feather, or she found me, I was looking for someone, and I looked at a Unitarian summer camp, and that's where we found each other. I think if I had been looking at a Southern Baptist or Pentecostal summer camp, I might not have found anybody that would have been even sort of compatible. And I think that that's maybe more the key than having the same religion, but having religions that are compatible with one another. There are several of the members of our CUPS group whose spouses or significant others are of a different religion. Liberal Jewish, liberal Christian, agnostic, and they seem to get along quite well. Sometimes the spouse comes to a meeting and participates a little, or comes to the meeting and doesn't go outside to ritual because they're not really interested. When we go to our campouts at Council for the Magical Arts, some of the members of our group bring their spouses who are not pagan, and some of the spouses just think it's kind of boring and stay home. But at least they accept and tolerate each other's beliefs and practices. And I think that really is the key.
The key, tolerance and respect for that other person's religion, because when you are bound to somebody, I'm bound to him, even with our challenges up and down, you just, that's your anchor, that's your trust. Religion is a touchy subject, but people can make it work, but I can't see not sharing my life with someone, and this is me personally, that doesn't have the same views. I've been in a few relationships, and this one is a lot better for a lot of other reasons, but the mutual understanding, the celebration, it's fun, you know, to have someone, you always have a topic to talk about, so that's what I think.
Yeah, I think if you were dating, I wouldn't only look at pagans to date, because not every pagan's going to be compatible, and a lot of pagans, like a lot of anything, are a little strange. But if you're looking at someone from a different religious background, different religious practice that you're dating, part of the dating is getting to know them, and part of the getting to know them should have to do with whether they could be tolerant and accepting and respectful of your religious beliefs, or whether it would really bother them, and perhaps they might insist at some point that you had heard enough of the truth and needed to convert, or else. If you're already in a relationship and you became pagan and they're not, I could see how that could be a problem, and it's just something you have to work out, like any other sort of relationshipy problem. So any last words, Feather?
I'm glad I'm not dating. And I don't ever want to again, so you're stuck with me.
We're stuck with each other.
We're stuck.
Anyway.
That's not a good word, is it?
Well, it sounds a little negative, but anyway, you get the...
Love the one you're with.
So, till next week, this is Dancing Rabbit and...
Feather.
Peace.
Peace.